we've heard today some very interesting polling, and we know that the Teals, they were in a tiz last week over Peter Dutton flouting the possibility of ditching Australia's net zero 2030 targets. But now new data has revealed the 6 Teal MPs who won blue ribbon seats off the Liberals at the last election are Labor aligned in the House of Representatives. Who would have thought? Parliamentary Library research conducted for Queensland Liberal MP Garth Hamilton shows the Teals voted in support of Labor bills during second reading divisions between 71% and 74% of the time in their first 2 years in Parliament. Now, the second reading is said to be the most important stage that a bill must pass. And Liberal MP Garth Hamilton joins me now. Garth, good to see you as always. What exactly does the research tell us then?
Well, for those of us who follow politics closely, you, me and most of your viewers, this is no surprise whatsoever. We've seen the Teals in action. They have been very Labor aligned all the way through. But I think to the average punter out there, someone who doesn't pay that much attention to politics, this will come as a bit of a surprise because all of these Teals build themselves as independents. And it turns out, actually, they 100% get right behind, or 74%, I think, 74% get right behind Labor's agenda. And the only time they disagree with Labor is when they think Labor should go harder. So these are people who are right behind everything Mr Albanese has been doing on the Voice, on IR, on renewables, on his inflationary budget. On every one of these stages, the Teals have been the biggest cheerleaders for Labor. They've been providing cover for this Labor government in those small L Liberal seats. And I think it's good to call them out and reveal them for who they are. Remember, they did run on integrity.
Well, that's what the mandate was, wasn't it? We run on integrity, vote us in. But what do you think, Garth, that this could mean then in the event of a hung parliament? If Labor goes into minority, surely the Teals will have a big say.
Well, I hope we don't get there. The only people in Australia who want minority government are the Teals and possibly the Greens, who think that they can gain more power out of this. Everyone else thinks this is a terrible thing. We remember 2010 to 2013, how much damage a minority government did and how bad Labor performed when tethered to the Greens. So I think it's very clear that this data shows these guys are Labor aligned on all of those issues that this Labor government has driven through. Some of them spectacularly without mandate whatsoever. On every one of those issues, the Teals are right there with Labor. They will be very keen to form government with Labor. And what it tells us, if you want to stop this Labor government, there is only one way to do that, and that is to vote LNP.
Look, it's a fascinating poll, I've got to say. One that you would think is unsurprising. Garth Hamilton, good to speak with you. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.